This is not a dream. This is real. As you see, your boy just smacked himself twice, pinched my cheeks, all that. And I'm still here in this reality where RIBRIANNE is an actual Xenoverse 2 DLC 9 character.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me!
What is good, everybody? It is your boy here, Super Saiyan Cat, back for the promised rant of DLC 9, considering the fact that they had the audacity, the balls, to give us RIBRIANNE, whatever you want to say. It does not matter to me. I absolutely hate her as a character, as does much of the rest of the community. And I'm sure Bandai and Dimps knew this. There's no way you could have any kind of social media and be plugged into the anime community in any way, shape, or form and not know that everybody hates this character. Why? I don't get it. It makes absolutely zero sense. And we're going to talk about a couple reasons and things throughout this video that, one, show why it doesn't make sense, not only for the actual game, but also from a business perspective. We're going to talk about characters that I wish or much rather would have had in the actual game, as opposed to this fat, like, And I'm sorry, you're going to hear that noise a lot. That little, it's either the dolphin sensor beep or it might be just a regular sensor beep, or I might just find some other kind of new sound effect for that right now. But you're going to hear that a lot throughout this damn video. You can see my frustration. You can see my anger. I'm sure you guys are feeling the same way. Be sure to share how you feel down below in the comments, because it makes absolutely no sense. Why? Why would they bring this character, this fat that nobody cares about, into the game? No, nobody gives one single flying about RIBRIANNE. Okay, let me stop that. There's a couple people out there that actually like this character, but for the most part, the big part of the fan base, the 99 percentile, nobody wanted this character. Nobody. Do you understand? Bandai, Dimps, are you seeing this right now? You making this eye-to-eye contact with me? Nobody. I put it in slow motion so you can understand better. Nobody wanted this character. And now when we're looking at it from a business perspective, you have no idea how many people were literally in the comment section yesterday saying, oh, well, I'm not buying DLC 9. Oh, I'm not paying for this. Oh, that. There were so many people that want nothing to do with this DLC just because of RIBRIANNE. Like, people were literally even asking Cap, can we buy these characters separately just so I don't have to see that pink fat bowling ball appear in my character select screen? Like, I got that question in the comments a couple times. So from a business perspective, being Bandai, Dimps, you would think, let's add characters into the game that people would actually be hyped for. And you got it right. You got it right with Super Saiyan God Vegeta. Mostly everybody is hyped for that character. Even though he's basically like another reskin of Vegeta. We already have Vegeta in the game, things like that. Everybody loves the Super Saiyan God form of him from Dragon Ball Super Broly. It was one of the more hyped things in the trailers for sure. When we saw that God Vegeta and how clean he was looking in the movie trailers, everybody was hyped and excited for him. And for the most part, everybody was hyped and excited when we had him announced in Xenoverse 2. Can't wait to actually get my hands on him still personally when this DLC does come out, because of course I will still be buying this regardless of that fat pig bowling ball pig. Oh my God. But they got it right with Super Saiyan God Vegeta. But they were like, we already got it right. So let's get it wrong on RIBRIANNE and just completely ruin the hype and the sales around this. Because like I said, there were so many of you guys that no longer want any part of this DLC. Which is understandable. I get it. If I wasn't a YouTuber making content on it, I probably wouldn't buy it myself. I probably wouldn't. Not going to lie to you. Because why would I spend $10 when I only really want half the DLC? I want absolutely nothing to do with the other half, so why would I spend $10 for this DLC, especially considering it's DLC 9. The game has been out for over 2.5 years. We're going on 3 this year right here, and there's not nearly the same amount of players that were on the game, so it's not nearly as alive as it was before. So why would I want to spend $10 on a DLC where I don't even want half of this stuff in it? So clearly, from a business perspective, you would have thought that Bandai would have realized, oh, this is not a good idea. We're going to lose a lot of sales. Nobody really likes this fat piece of shit. Just saying. Nobody likes her. You would have think. I would hope somebody has that kind of mind at Bandai / Dimps. But it doesn't seem to be the case. And I'm not blaming Bandai alone. This is Dimps too. This is both of them. I'm blaming both of them. Bandai and Dimps, to me, y'all get equal credit for this. I don't care who was the one that put the idea out there. Y'all are both in this together. Just saying. So not only from a business perspective, does it absolutely not make sense, but then you get into the actual, gaming perspective and trying to keep this game alive, regardless of the business perspective, just trying to keep people on the game and trying to have more people come back to the game. That's the whole point of these DLCs, is to keep people on Xenoverse 2, to keep the game going and moving and moving and moving in the step forward. But that's not the case with this DLC right here now that RIBRIANNE has been announced. Again, if so many people are not willing to buy it, that shows you right there that so many people are not going to be willing to come back to the game. Because if they're not going to buy the DLC, why are they going to come back for nothing? Because if they don't buy the DLC, there's pretty much absolutely nothing new with this new free update as of we know of right now. Supposedly there's that new online mode coming. Who knows what it's going to be? A new online feature, whatever. Who knows what it's going to be? We have no idea. Maybe there'll be something in the actual RIBRIANNE scan whenever that does drop. I'll probably have a video on it for you guys. But again, nobody wants to come back to the game now that had, there were so many people, like I said, with that whole Super Saiyan God Vegeta, so many people were hyped to come back to the game. Thought that they were going to come back just for the man's Vegeta. But then you had so many people saying, well, I'm not buying this DLC anymore. I'm not going to come back to Xenoverse 2 anymore. That's all because of RIBRIANNE. So think about what Bandai has really lost right here. They're losing out on a bunch of sales, and they're losing out on a big, I don't know how big of a fan base, how big of a part of the fan base they're losing out on, but I know there's a good amount that would have came back if the other character in DLC 9 was also lit like Vegeta is. But now that RIBRIANNE has been announced, there's a lot that will not be coming back. So not only is your game not going to get the life that it should have from this DLC, but at the same time, you're not going to get the sales that you should have from this DLC. It is DLC 9. You cannot be giving the community at this point in time characters that we absolutely do not want. Nobody. Again, I'm not going to put it in slow motion for them again. But nobody wanted this DLC. Or not that they didn't want this DLC, because there are people who wanted DLC 9. A lot of people would prefer them to just move on to Xenoverse 3, me being one of them. But at the same time, I will be glad to accept some new DLC, because that means that DLC will basically be in the Xenoverse 3 whenever it does get announced and actually does come out. So, that I didn't really have a problem with the DLC, but I have a big problem with the RIBRIANNE, just like the rest of the community for the most part does. And I do have a list. I put together a list of characters that I would have much rather preferred to see than this pink bowling ball. Now, some of these characters are completely original. I'm going to go through the original ones first, because I would much rather see those characters in the game first, as opposed to different variations that I have written off on the side. Other variations of other characters that are already in the game. Kind of like how Super Saiyan God Vegeta is a reskin of Vegeta. These are reskins of other characters. Obviously, they would be coming with new combos, new moves, and things like that, just like Super Saiyan God Vegeta will be. But at the same time, again, I would prefer to have completely new characters in the game first and foremost. So getting into this list, the first two characters should be pretty obvious. Topo and Dispo.
It's cool. Justice!
Topo and Dispo, I mean, out of the two characters that you gave us costumes for, because, we got the Pride Troopers uniform, and then we got the Topo mustache, so we pretty much had the whole Topo outfit. And then we got the RIBRIANNE outfit pretty much at the same time. Out of the two characters you gave us the outfit for, you had to go with the wrong one, didn't you? You had Topo lined up, looked like we had a chance at getting that, especially with Super Saiyan God Vegeta coming out. Because, Vegeta and Topo, it mixes. It makes sense. But no, you come with RIBRIANNE. And then also Dispo. Dispo is just a dope character from the anime, in my opinion. I really did like him as a character. He's very, pretty cool. Again, in my opinion. But at the same time, I would have much rather loved him. And I know a lot of other people, whether you like Dispo or not, would have loved him over RIBRIANNE. Next character on the list, even though he wasn't that much loved, they didn't get the most screen time in the actual tournament. Bergamo, I felt like Bergamo was still a fairly lit character and just would have been a lot better than RIBRIANNE in general. Like, he was not the best character from the Tournament of Power, but no doubt I would have rather had him over RIBRIANNE without question. Again, I don't want that fat bitch. Plain and simple. Now, moving on to the list, next characters we have are Karin Khalifa. These are two characters that a lot of people thought we were getting in the game. One, we have Kefla in the game, and she's the only fusion without the other two counterparts actually being there at the same time. You know what I mean? Like Merge Zamasu, obviously we got Goku Black and Zamasu, Goten and Trunks, Vegeta and Goku, things like that. All fusion characters have their actual, you know, their counterparts that make up the fusion in the game. So a lot of people thought that may be a reason they would be added. And then we got their Super Souls and things like that. But still, as you guys see, no Karin Khalifa has been announced. Still is a possibility in DLC Pack 10 if they even do a DLC Pack 10 after the little amount of sales they'll most likely get in DLC Pack 9, just saying. But moving on with this list, the next two I have are two that people have talked about for a very long time. People have said that they've wanted since Xenoverse 1. Now, not everybody wants these characters, but myself included, I really do want these characters and would love to see them in the game, and that's Pikkon and Oob/Majub. Either or, when it comes to Oob or Majub, would really be fine with me, whether it's the kid version or the adult version after he fused with Majin Buu. Really does not matter to me. Again, I would be fine with either or, but I would have much rather prefer those two characters, especially one. Those are characters I've personally wanted since Xenoverse 1, and I know a lot of the fan base has wanted since Xenoverse 1. So you would think, you know, I'm at Bandai right now, and I'm thinking of the next DLC 9 character, and I can't come up with nobody that really makes sense with Vegeta. So we got the choices of RIBRIANNE, or characters that people have literally wanted since Xenoverse 1. Let's go with RIBRIANNE. You know, let's go with the one that nobody absolutely wants. Really? Makes absolutely no sense. But moving on to the last character on this list, that would be a new type of character within the game, not another skin or a reskin of one that we already have. That would be my man's, the one and only, Master Roshi. Yeah, I just said it. Master Roshi. And some people with that cab, he can't fly. Neither can Hercule. Hercule got a jetpack on. They gave this man Roshi a turtle jetpack in Dragon Ball Legends. You give him something similar in Xenoverse 2. You cannot tell me that fighting with the man Master Roshi in Xenoverse would not be fairly lit. And I'm not saying that I would rather have Roshi over all those other characters I just listed, but I would much rather have him over RIBRIANNE, without question, without a doubt. It's not even questionable. So those are all the brand new characters that I would. Oh, also I had any character from Dragon Ball Heroes. I had that on the list as well. But those are all the new characters. Now, when we get into these new variations, these other variations of characters we already have in the game, I'm gonna go through them fairly quickly. And that would be Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. Could have made it a whole Vegeta pack. Now, I know again these are just reskins of characters, but I hate RIBRIANNE so much that I would rather have reskin characters as DLC than actually RIBRIANNE. Just saying. But moving on to the next one, Ultra Instinct, Omen, Goku, Wrath, Broly, and Full Power Jiren. Those are the 4 other reskins that I thought of that they could have added with this DLC as opposed to RIBRIANNE. Now, again, I would have much rather all those other characters on the left. But at the same time, I personally dislike RIBRIANNE so much that I would rather have these reskins in the game as opposed to her. Like, I really do not like RIBRIANNE. To me, she took up way too much screen time. She just came in the middle of important fights. Like, out of nowhere, we got a lit fight going on. Then we switching over to some nonsense going on with RIBRIANNE. The way she talked about love and justice and how love, like, everything was just so whack and wrong about that character. Her design, like, her design in base form was way better. Like, what? The other ones became lit. They got better in my opinion when they transformed. Then we got this like what, this roly poly coming down. What is this? Pillsbury Dough Girl. That's what it looked like. The Universe 2 Pillsbury Dough Girl was what RIBRIANNE was. You know, that's what she is. So if we would have got her in base form, I think people would have been a lot happier, to be honest. Or even one of her counterparts, one of her friends. They were much cooler in their transformed states than RIBRIANNE was. RIBRIANNE was literally the worst of all 3. And she's the one that we're getting. So those are the characters that I would much rather love to see as opposed to RIBRIANNE. You guys know how I feel at this point about this character. I'm not going to keep going on because I could go on forever about this. But yeah, man, it makes absolutely no sense to me. I cannot understand. I cannot fathom. I cannot comprehend why they would add this fat character to this game. And nothing against anyone that's fat. I'm chunky myself. But her, it's like I have to accentuate the fact that she is a fat bowling ball. I just have to. You know what I'm saying? I just hate her. I dislike her. I don't like her character. Don't like her design. Don't like the way she talked. I don't like anything about her, personally. So again, I don't know what Bandai and Dimps were thinking. They really messed up this DLC, messed up their sales, and messed up the life of their game with RIBRIANNE being announced. And it showed by you guys' comments as well. That's why I say they messed up the sales, messed up the life of the game. Because again, I may not be able to reply to all you guys' comments anymore, but I do read a lot of them still. And it's very apparent that a lot of you guys are very unhappy, just like your boy is. Just saying. But all in all, man, let me know you guys' thoughts on this down below in the comments. How do you guys feel about this? And are you one of those that actually wants RIBRIANNE in the game? I need to know if there are those out there. Let me know down below in the comments. Excuse me. But as always, man, thank you guys so much for watching. Really, really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you found some kind of entertainment in my rage. But I'm going to get out of here and start editing this video so I can get it out for you guys today. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Really, really hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I hope you have a good day. Peace, y'all.